go, crash, bang, wallop. That's what we are at, people. And we have got 4 fights for you. Now, it all started off, right, with our first... And essentially, these were the first 4 fights of the night. It was that kind of card, man. It was that kind of card. It was just some... Oh, man, it was a great night, right? It was a great night. So we had the women's flyweights. Nicole Cagliari against Charlie Giudice. And I do believe last time out, I bet against Giudice. And then I saw her, right? I saw what she did. And you're like, fuck, this girl puts it together. That's why they call her crispy, man. Because those hands, right? There's those hands. And again, she was putting it together really. The kicks, the punches, right? The only downside, really, she let Nicole get inside a bit too often, right? Now, she avoided a lot of shots and her movement was really good, so it wasn't too much of an issue, right? But she's got, the reach, she's got long legs, so kicks, so she can keep it at range. And I think if she can work on that, getting the range, Giudice would be she's a problem already, right? Don't get me wrong, she's a problem already. But she would really, really be messing girls up. Because it's like John Jones is one of them only people, right? There's not a lot of people that can effectively fight at range, So it's not an easy thing because there's a load of tall fighters. There's a load of, not even tall, right? There's a load of fighters with big reach. Don't utilize it. So I think with that, yeah, man, she would just add another wrinkle to the game. But it wasn't actually the reach, right? Because when Nikolai came inside, there's a couple of times when Giudice landed a great knee. I think one time it was close, like it kind of grazed the chin. Another time it was to the body, right? She hit it. Nikolai came in, right? And Giudice just hit her with this knee in the 3rd round too. Right, so you thought this fight was going to go the distance, but it was going to be a clear win for Giudice. But she landed this knee to the kidney. Ooh. Oh. Vicious. Like, vicious. I mean, you wouldn't want to eat that, right? And, yeah, Nikolai just crumpled to the motherfucking ground. It was over. So fantastic win for Giudice, right? So then literally our next fight, right, is the middleweights. We had Bruno Ferreira against Jackson McVee. So McVee was making his debut. And I think he was very composed in there, didn't look bad. He was, moving around, putting things out, right? Landed some good shots. He did get cracked once, right? And it was just like, ooh, does not like that at all. Right, so then he's, thought, let's grapple a little. So there was one time and he did a really good takedown. But yeah, like, it's one of those things, right, where you get too high And I think a grappler should understand I'm too high, right? And this isn't a jiu-jitsu tournament, right? Where, you know, if I fall off, it's fine. If you fall off, you can get ground and pounded, right? It's not a great situation. You don't want to be on bottom, right? And that's kind of what happened. He just was a bit sloppy. Just a bit sloppy with that. But, I believe you're back on his feet. Now, McVeigh landed a really great takedown. It was a really great takedown. But, Ferreira was, he wasn't stagnant. So as soon as they hit the ground, he's moving, right? He's moving. And so he gets on top. But when he's on top, he's isolating the arm. And you think, oh, is he looking for a Kimura? No, because he went straight to armbar. Straight to armbar. Ended up belly down. And that was a wrap. That was a wrap. McVeigh tried to defend, but there was nothing. As soon as he went belly down, it was over. So the Hulk, it wasn't so much a smash, but boy, it was a grab. He grabbed that arm a bit like, was it? Fuck. It was, was it Love and Thunder? No, Ragnarok. Where he just rips a dude, Hulk rips a dude's arm off. It was that. So great win for Ferreira, and debut didn't go as planned. So that 12-fight winning streak has now been snapped. We then went to the heavyweight, right? Ryan Spann had moved to heavyweight, fighting Lucas Brzeski, and Lucas Brzeski just was not great. He's like the bigger dude, but just, oh man, it was not a great display. It was not a great display at all. Now, obviously, look, props to Spann, right? Props to Spann, but man, Brzeski just was terrible, right? As soon as it went to the ground, he's lost. And I think that's just an unacceptable thing. As a fighter, right? And a fighter in the premier organization, you need to have an understanding of every aspect of the game. Don't have to be great, right? Don't have to be great. But if you at least understand takedown defense, right? The ability to stand back up, you understand what some of the entries to certain submissions are, right? It's not rocket science, especially a guillotine, right? As soon as arms get by the neck, you should just be like, extricate myself from this, But it didn't happen. And Brian Spann locked up a standing gilly. And Brzeski had to tap, Had to tap. And it's just one of them things, right? And I think this is Brzeski's third straight defeat. It wouldn't surprise me if he got cut, right? It wouldn't surprise me. Now, heavyweight is thin as a division. So, I think fighters can find their way to extra leeway. But if Brzeski was cut, I won't be surprised because he showed absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And as I said, to not even be able to stop the takedown, right? Understand the entry to a guillotine. Should you be in the top promotion? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of practice are you doing? Right? How are you trying to improve your game? Those are the questions Bresky should be asking himself, because he ain't been doing the work. That's for sure. Right? So our last fight, it was Jimmy Crute, right? Jimmy Crute against Marcin Prachnio, which was literally the next fight. So this one, we dropped down to light heavyweight for this fight. And, man, Jimmy Crute was looking good. Now, like Prachnio, he landed some shots, right? He did land some shots. But Jimmy Crute, as soon as he got those takedowns, that was the big thing here, right? He was looking for takedowns, and he got them, right? He got them pretty simply, It wasn't a crazy one for him, which is, again, you got to be able to defend these things, man, or just do a better job, right? You're gonna come across people who are great, right? Legit wrestlers, so good, you ain't stopping their shit, right? There's some people like that for sure. The Jimmy Crute takedowns, now he timed it well, all of that thing, but you just think Prachnio, he could have, right? He could have done better. Did not. And, Jimmy, like, he took him down, but Prachnio gets up. He took him down again. And Prachnio gets up, but, Crute landed just a great trip takedown. Right? And as soon as he does, he just locks up the armbar. I don't know if he snapped the arm. Didn't look great, right? Didn't look great. Oh, boy. But yeah, was another armbar, right? Another armbar in the early prelims. Craziness, man. Craziness was to be had. But yeah, crash, bang, wallop. 4 finishes in our first 4 fights. Yo, I mean, when shit like, I will say that there have been times when we, I think all the prelims were finishes, and then everything on the main card went the distance and wasn't necessarily exciting. That I can't remember what card that was, that happened this year, but didn't happen on Saturday night. Definitely did not. We have more great finishes to talk about, more awesome fights. This was just crash, bang, wallop.